2020 was a difficult year for many, but one Valley healthcare worker faced an obstacle larger than life while tackling nursing school during the pandemic. I spoke to Jessica Latuli about her difficult battle throughout the year of 2020 and the bright future she has to look forward to.
The Tohono O'odham tribe makes up about 1/3 of this collection. Through this project, many other communities will be able to hear history through this extensive archive process.
This morning, students at Arizona State University gathered digitally to celebrate the landing of the newest Mars rover, the Perseverance. The feeling in the room was definitely an anxious one as ASU students watched this historic event.
Production on fruits and vegetables has been cut down significantly during the pandemic. According to Sonny Rodriguez of the Growers Company, production on things like these Swiss chards has been cut down 40%, but not for reasons you might think.
With vaccination efforts in full force, airlines and airports are on their way to bouncing back from a year that saw passenger traffic fall as much as 96% at the lowest points of the pandemic. That's what industry officials told senators.
The White Mountain Apache tribe saw its first COVID case 1 year ago on April 1st. 5 months later, on September 1st, they had 2,400 cases and had lost 39 people. The community has now slowed the spread. In the last 7 months, they've seen about 1,500 new cases and 10 additional deaths. Teamwork and a unique on-the-ground effort has helped dramatically curb those numbers and helped this tribe start winning the fight against a deadly disease.
In Arizona alone, more than 42% of women and 33% of men have experienced domestic violence. And shelters right here in the Valley are another essential service that has been greatly impacted by the pandemic.
It took over 4 hours of debate before the Phoenix City Council ultimately decided to expand from 425 beds to 900 shelter beds on the Human Service Campus in downtown Phoenix. Most people support the plan.
Although the drivers are fierce competitors on the water, it's a family-like atmosphere here at Hidden Lake, where you'll see various games and activities like cornhole.
During the current State House session, at least 18 bills have been introduced relating to firearms. The 3 bills we are tracking right now are HB 2111, 2551, and 2840. House Bill 2111 would ban the enforcement of laws that go against the Second Amendment as deemed by the state. It was introduced back on January 14th and passed through the House on clear party lines of 31 to 29. Later, though, that bill was retained, which means the committee decided to hold on to it for a later date. HB 2551 would allow people with concealed carry licenses to bring guns into most public buildings, which includes libraries, rec centers, and others. Or it gives those places the option to put security screenings at the entry. This bill was first read on January 28th and passed on the same straight party lines of 31 to 29. That vote will now move on to the Senate. Finally, HB 2840 would make it possible to have a loaded firearm in a car on school grounds. It has also passed and will await Senate vote after going 31 to 28. Gun rights are always a divisive issue, as shown by these straight party votes, and the opinions on these few are no different than you'd expect.
Many professional athletes use their platform to try and spark change. But how has COVID-19 impacted those humanitarian efforts? Cronkite News reporter Mason Kern shares details on the profound impact one member of the Arizona Cardinals is leaving both locally and beyond.
What is a ghost kitchen? Well, there are a couple different ways that they can be run. For an already established restaurant, a ghost kitchen would be basically opening a second restaurant within their existing kitchen, allowing them to run 2 different concepts. It saves money and space. And then there's another way of operating a ghost kitchen. Rent out a building and use it solely for delivery and pickup.
Diana Taurasi, who many call the GOAT, has certainly made an impact in her 17 years in Phoenix, but nothing speaks louder than her resume.
Much like everybody else during the COVID-19 pandemic, the band was marching to the beat of their own drums. Now those same beats are back at sporting events at ASU, where they plan to make a full return during the fall.
The chef you're about to meet uses hand-picked ingredients, goes out to sea to catch some of his own fish, and farms a lot of his own product. So here's my warning. This story may contain mouth-watering images.